Are you the type of person who's not able to make a poker face? Some people just cannot conceal their emotions, whether they're happy or dismal. No matter how hard they try, it's written all over their faces. Especially with children. Have you ever noticed that when kids are overflowing with happiness, they walk and jump in a very playful and rhythmic manner, and the steps are so light and jubilant, and it almost look like they would defy gravity. This clip showed a high school student walking and carrying a suitcase. Her steps were very bouncy, as if she's levitating or floating above the ground. Now, just by watching this clip, what does that make you feel? Some people are probably thinking, oh, it looks exciting. Is she going on the trip, or did she just return from a trip? What if I tell you she's not a high schooler, nor is she going on a trip? She's actually 23 years old, and she is on her way to dismember another human being. If you watch K-dramas or if you're interested about the Korean culture, you probably know that the Korean educational system is very competitive and rigorous. High school students are constantly living in this high level of stress. They're bombarded with peer, parental, and societal pressures, which led to them having sleep deprivation, mental illness, and all kinds of problems. Have you ever heard of the term Sky Castle? There is a K-drama called Sky Castle. I think it's on Netflix. The Sky is the acronym for the top 3 universities in Korea. Seoul University, Korea University, and Yonsei University. In Korea, getting accepted into one of the Sky universities is often viewed as pivotal in one's career and social standing. As a parent, if your kid got into one of the skies, that means their future is guaranteed. They're going to be successful. And the term sky also implies that the universities are extremely difficult to get into. It's almost like it's impossible just as reaching the sky itself. Now, having a degree from a sky school is more than just graduating from a prestigious university in Korea. It's a status symbol. With these 3 schools at the peak of the hierarchy, other schools just seemed less important. So in Korea, if somebody asks you, hey, which school you go to? They're expecting you to tell them, I'm a Sky graduate. If you're gonna tell them you graduated from other school other than the Sky, they would be like, oh, I guess you went to college, huh? So in Korea, you're either considered as an elite from the Sky or just a person with a college degree. Now, with that being said, now you probably understand better why is it so important for most people to get into the Sky. Because this is a ticket, a ladder to become the top echelon. This is actually one of the few ways to change your social class. And desperate time calls for desperate measure. That's why a lot of parents nowadays, they're going all avenues trying to get their kids into the Sky. They're sending their kids to Hagwon, private educational institution, hiring personal tutors. And on top of that, parents are able to find tutors on apps nowadays. Meet you-joung. She is 23 at the time, and in May of 2023, she started looking for tutors on this app called Kim Quiet. It's an app to find tutors. So she posts herself as the mother of a 9th grade girl. She's hoping to improve her daughter's English, and she matched with a tutor. And the tutor, for protection, we're just gonna refer her using an alias, Amy. So Amy got the notification on her phone, and she's checking on the phone. She noticed that they don't even live that close. So she said, I think it's more efficient for you to find somebody who's in your vicinity. But I think you're the perfect candidate for my daughter. I think you and my daughter are really going to get along. Chung You-jung said this to Amy. I'll let my daughter come to you so you don't have to travel. I don't know if you ever get tutored before, but the normal procedure for tutoring is either the student and the tutor, they meet at a public establishment like a cafe, or the tutor will go to the student's place. It's very rare to see the student travel all the way and go to the tutor's place. Now, never say never. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's still feasible, but it's just a little bit unorthodox. On May 26, 2023, You-joung showed up to Amy's apartment dressed in school uniform that she got from an online flea market. Now, judging by the picture, I do think she's able to pull off as a high schooler because she does have that face. She does look young. So after Amy let her in, you-joung pulled out a knife and she started stabbing Amy again and again and again. Amy was stabbed to death. So you-joung didn't stop. She continued stabbing Amy after even Amy had passed away. Not long after, she went to the store nearby and purchased some bleach and garbage bag. Then she returned back to Amy's apartment, then dismembered her. She then put Amy's body parts into a suitcase. Then she collected Amy's phone, wallet, and ID card. Around 3 o'clock in the morning, a notification had popped up on the taxi driver's app. Let's call him David. It was to a wooded area near the Nakdong River. So David is looking at the customer, a girl who looked like she's still in high school and she's carrying a suitcase. At 3 o'clock in the morning, that is something new. I've never seen this before. But anyway, he didn't say anything. Let me help you with that. He tried to pick up the luggage and put it in the back trunk. Immediately, he felt the weight. Oh, wow, that is heavy. He was thinking, what did you put in there, huh? Moments later, they arrived at the destination. David let Amy off the car. Maybe it was his years of experience as a taxi driver. David just felt something was amiss. What would a young girl be doing in a wooded area at 3 o'clock in the morning with the heavy luggage? You know, whatever she's doing, she might need a ride back home because this is in the middle of nowhere. There's not going to be cars, let alone taxis. So David decided to wait for her. And a while later, you-joung came out of the woods carrying the same luggage. David was like, let me help you with that. And this time, immediately, he felt that because it's tangible. The luggage was so much lighter. It was almost like there was nothing in there. But he didn't mention that because it seems like you-joung didn't even recognize David. She didn't even notice that David was the one who drove her to the woods. And after David drove you-joung back to the city, he just couldn't let go. He kept thinking about tonight. David didn't expect what was actually happening. He didn't expect, oh, there was body parts instead of the suitcase because that was just tesopso. In Chinese, we call it 触眉头. It's almost like it's such a bad luck. It left a bad taste in your mouth. It makes you feel like, ugh. Then David alerted the police. He was probably thinking, something really weird happened to me tonight. You guys should probably check that out. And it didn't actually take that much time for the police to figure out everything because it wasn't like you-joung was playing mind game or challenging the authorities. She was manipulating the police or whatsoever. Then the police found out that there were body parts buried in the woods. They also found blood-stained clothing and Amy's remaining body parts at you-joung's place. You-joung was probably trying to make multiple trips, but she got caught for the first try. So I was having a low blood sugar moment, bitch. I was about to faint. Then I had ice cream. I had this Dongbei Fangao, but I don't really like this flavor. It's strawberry. I like the matcha one better. Or the durian one. They're very good. But anyway. Bitch, did you subscribe to my channel? Did you like, comment, subscribe already? After being arrested by the police, they asked you-joung, why did you kill Amy? So initially, you-joung said she only moved the body after somebody else had killed Amy. Then later she changed her statement into, it was an argument gone wrong. She killed Amy by accident, which we all know it's bullshit. You walk around with a knife in your bag. Later, you-joung confessed that she had an obsession with true crime documentaries and TV shows. So she has been always fixating on the idea of killing and dismembering somebody and act on a perfect crime. So there's no hatred, just pure inquisitiveness. She didn't even know Amy. Amy was just one of her targets on that app. 5 months before she killed Amy, she was actually selecting victims. She had contacted more than 50 people on the app and preferring women. And she will always ask them, are you able to conduct a session in your place? Maybe Amy was the only one who said yes. The police also found her search history, and apparently she had been researching for a month on how to kill someone, how to conceal or get rid of a body. Did you guys know that in Korea, when a criminal is being arrested, the police will usually hold a press conference to explain the case to the public and answer reporters' questions. So during this press conference, the criminal will be escorted out of the police station and stand right in front of the reporters to answer their questions. I think this is because the law enforcement wants to ensure transparency and public awareness. It's a demonstration that the justice system is still functioning properly. It's almost like the police is trying to tell the taxpayers, hey, we did our jobs, huh? It could also be for public education, I guess, showing the consequences of criminal behavior and serving it as a deterrent. And telling all the audience, hey, it is not okay. If you do this, we're gonna catch you. You're gonna pay for what you did. One of the reporters asked you-joung, why did you kill Amy? And what do you have to say to Amy's family? She said, I think I was out of my mind. I'm sorry for what I did.
피해자는 유가족께 할 말 없습니까?
피해자와 유가족분들에게 저는 진심으로 제정신이 아니었던 것 같습니다. 죄송합니다.
And according to the police, that you-joung was a loner. She had been unemployed ever since she graduated from high school, and she had been living with her grandfather. And she was actually blaming her grandfather for getting arrested. She was like, I could have get away with this murder if the room had been cleaned before the police raid. I mean, I don't think that was the reason you got caught. Remember the security footage? Remember all the traces that you left behind? I don't think it was your grandfather. Chung You-joung was convicted of murder, desecration, and abandonment of a corpse, and she was sentenced life imprisonment in November 2023. But this case is still an ongoing case. The final verdict has not come out yet because this happened in 2023 and it takes a lot of time to process one case. The prosecutor said the defendant committed a crime that belittled human life, acquired sufficient knowledge about the murder, made a thorough plan for the crime, and the crime method was brutal. During the first trial, Amy's parents and their lawyer were fighting for the death penalty. And as a matter of fact, South Korea does have death penalty, but the last execution was in 1997. So in my opinion, it is very unlikely that Chung You-joung will get the death penalty. So far, the first trial has already finalized, but You-joung appealed because she thinks the sentence was too severe and she's asking for more lenient sentences, and she's blaming it on hallucination and other mental health issues. And she actually scored very high on the psychopath test. But here's the thing, psychopathy is not an official mental health condition, just like other, for example, schizophrenia or bipolar or sociopath. They're not the same. Psychopathy is more like an indication that you have callous, non-emotional behavior, that you're very cold-hearted or manipulative. So it doesn't really count as other mental illness or mental disorder. While it is possible that some individuals might be influenced negatively by watching true crime documentaries and shows, but the majority of the viewers are not going to be prompted to commit crimes as a result. Now here's what I think. I think factors such as personalities, existing mental disorders, and the context of consumption play significant roles. I think it's very important for people to consume such content in moderation and be mindful of their reactions and behaviors, because at the end of the day, you need to remember that you are responsible for your own action. If you're a person who's easily influenced or persuasive, maybe you should do yourself or other people a favor. Stop playing violent games or watching true crime documentaries. You know, just go outside, take a breather, or go watch some Teletubbies. Moderated consumption is needed, and critical thinking should be practiced, and that, my friend, is the story of you-joung, a true crime fan murders stranger out of curiosity. Now, I would like to hear your opinions. Definitely leave them in the comment section. And as always, be safe, be vigilant, and take care.